Okay, so let's work through the following question. So one side of an old garden fence is shown in the diagram. So this is your fence, and the height of the fence is measured. So you have all these height intervals, this one, this one, this one, this one, this one, this one, this one. And it's split up into these intervals here of 1.8 meters. So using the trapezoidal rule to calculate the area of the side of the fence in meters squared. Okay, so let's do that first part. So the formula that we're going to use to do this is as follows. So area. So area is going to be equal to h over 2 times the first plus the last plus 2 times the rest. So this is our formula. So in this case, h is going to be h is equal to this. So h is the interval, and this here is the first. Okay, this here is the last. So the first and last vertical heights, and then the rest are all of these guys. It's going to be this, 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 and this. So all you have to do then is just write it into your formula. So area is going to be equal to h, which is 1.8 meters, divided by 2. So just make sure I put the decimals in. 1 divided by 2, so then it's bracket. So it's the first, which is 1.7, plus the last, which is 2.3, and plus 2 times the rest. That's 2 times then everything else. 1.3, 1.3, 1.6, plus 1.5, sorry, 2.5, plus 2.4. I'll start down here. 2.4 plus 2.2. Okay, so that's all of those. So that's basically, we've just taken this formula and we've substituted in all of our values. So you have to work out this part first, just going what's inside the brackets. So you have 1.3 plus 1.6. Let's add those up. So 1.3 plus 1.6. So let's clear all this. 1.3 plus 1.6 plus 2.5 plus 2.4 plus 2.2. Okay, what's that? So that's not right. And let me just clear this. Okay, so it's 1.3 plus 1.6 plus 2.5 plus 2.4 plus 2.2. It's equal to 10. So let's just check these. So 1.3, 1.6, 2.5, 2.4, and 2.2. So it's 10. So, and then you have to multiply that by 2, multiplied by 2, which is equal to 20. So this part then will simplify into 20. So it's going to be 20 plus 2.3 plus 1.7. And that's all going to be multiplied by 1.8 over 2. So if we add these up then, so 20 plus 2.3 plus 1.7. So 20 plus 2.3 plus 1.7, that's equal to 24. That's going to be 1.8 over 2 multiplied by 24. So what you can do then is you can turn this into a decimal. So it's going to be 1.8 divided by 2, which equals 0.9, and then multiply that by 24. By 24, that's equal to 21.6. So this will be equal to, when you turn this into a decimal, it's going to be 0.9, and then you're going to multiply that by 24, and that's going to be equal to, what did we say it was? 21.6. So that's equal to 21.6. 21.6 meters squared. Remember, it's in area. So again, we'll just double check that, make sure we're right before we continue on. So it's always just good habit to get in to check your answers as you're going along. So it's 21.6 meters squared. Okay, so that one's fine. So that's your area. That's the area that's covered by this fence. So the next part, what it says is that the owner paints this side of his fence. 1 tin of paint covers 5.4 square meters. So how many tins of paint does he use? So how many 5.4 square meters have we got in this? So all you have to do is you take this number that you've worked out the area and you divide it by 5.4 meters squared. So you divide that in, so see how many tins of paint will be absorbed or taken up by this fence. So we can just divide that in. So it's going to be 21. Let's clear this. So 21.6 divided by 5.4, and that's equal to 4. So you need 4 tins of paint. That's equal to. So it's going to be equal to 4. So okay, so this is answer. This is the answer to this part. Then this here is the answer to this one here. And we'll just double check it as well. So yeah, 4 tins of paint. So then the next question then is, so our surveyor needs to find the area of a small piece of land bounded in part by 2 straight walls. Okay, AB. So you have this wall here, A, B, and BC, and BC. So this is like land, you're looking down on the land. And he divided AB into 5 equal parts. So he divided up into these equal parts. Each part is 3 meters long, so your H value is 3 meters long. The distance to the boundary from each part is shown in the diagram below. So this is your boundary, and the distance, these are the distances. Use the trapezoidal rule to find the approximate area of the piece of land. Okay, so if we have a look at this here, so what we're dealing with, so these are walls or boundaries here and here. So this then is your land. So the walls, the boundaries are broken up into 3 meter intervals, so that's your H value. So H is equal to this. So then you have to figure out, so what's the first? So this is going to be your first here. So this is the first. Okay, which is going to be 0. There's no size in it, so it's actually this one here. So this then is going to be your last, which is 9 meters. Okay, and then these are your rest. So this one, this one, this one, and this one are going to be the rest. So then you just take your values and you substitute them into the formula. So let's work through this. Okay, so it's going to be, So remember, our formula then is this one up here. So let's just take this down here so we can work with it. So we just put in the values, we put in what we have here. So area then is going to be equal to h over 2, so h is 3 meters, so it's 3 over 2 times the first, which is 0, plus the last, which is 9, plus 2 times the rest, so 2 times 3 plus 5 plus 7 plus 7. Okay, so then again we just do the brackets part first. So I do this part here first. So remember BIMDAS, order of operation, brackets comes first. So you have so 3 plus 5 plus 7 plus 7 is equal to, so let's double check that, 3 plus 5 plus 7 plus 7, 3 plus 5 plus 7 plus 7, that's equal to 22, and then you multiply that by 2, multiplied by 2, that's equal to 44. So this simplifies down into 44 plus 9 plus 0 bracket 3 over 2. So again, do what's inside the bracket first. So 44 so it's going to be 44 plus 9 plus 0, which is equal to 53. That's equal to 53. And then you're going to multiply that by, so 3 over 2 3 divided by 2 equal to 1.5 multiplied by 53, it's equal to 79.5. Okay, 79.5. Okay, so then it's going to be 1.5. Okay, so that's just you're turning this into a decimal, then you're multiplying it by this, and it's equal to 79.5. So it's equal to 79.5 meters squared. Okay, so that's going to be, that's your area, so that's your answer to question 2. And again, we'll just double check, make sure it's right. So it is, so this is your answer here. Okay, so that's how you work through those questions. Just go back over the video, have a look if there's any of them that you didn't get right. And maybe just practice, just go through the question again. Okay, so hopefully that makes sense, and thank you for listening.